kiongozi mwingine Kenya nimeambiwa anaenda kukufa mara 2, mpaka ninakaa nasikia uchungu, na mjua iko na namba yake na siwezi kumpigia hata chukua.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pastor Ezekiel Odero has released another dangerous prophecy concerning the death of a very prominent politician in the Republic of Kenya.
Hasla, Rais nisikie.
Now Kenyans have linked this prophecy to William Samoei Ruto, and this should now sound a very negative alarm to William Samoei Ruto together with his Kenya Kwanza government. Remember, during the 2022 general election, Ruto used religion as a tool to get into power.
And Mr. President, we used to pray with you. You used to speak in tongues.
But currently, we are seeing a situation whereby the church is now castigating the government of William Samoei Ruto. And this is now sounding a negative alarm to the government of William Samoei Ruto.
You took advantage of the needs of the church and you compromised the church with the stolen money.
Now, William Samoei Ruto should be very keen by the church because the support of the church is now slowly going. Ruto has packaged himself as a very God-fearing leader and a regular churchgoer. And this is what made the church vote him unanimously in the 2022 general election. But the church has realized that William Samoei Ruto used different strategies to deceive the church and the entire Kenyans.
We have a government of thieves from the president down. Thieves.
Remember, this was ranging from the empty promises that the church has seen that William Samoei Ruto's government has failed to fulfill. Now, William Samoei Ruto is back with another lie to convince the church to revote for him. Remember, the technique that William Samoei Ruto is employing is very, very well scripted and strategic. William Samoei Ruto has decided to construct a church in the State House land to convince the Christianity that he really values religion and he really values God.
Watu wanabeba Biblia kubwa inaweza kukuangusha chini. Akuimba ngai wakwa ngai wakwa ngai wakwa ngai wakwa.
This church that William Samoei Ruto is intending to build on the State House land is very key. This is meant to win back Christian support in the Republic of Kenya and especially in the 2027 general election. Remember, the mountain support is already gone and the church is now castigating William Samoei Ruto.
Na unakuja kupeana milioni 5 baada ya kutukana kanisa. That is stupid.
There have been a lot of protests in the country and several lives have been lost. We have seen different religious heads coming out publicly and pointing fingers at the government of William Samoei Ruto for its disregard to human dignity. And that is a very big backlash to the government of William Samoei Ruto. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might ask yourself why William Samoei Ruto has decided to construct this luxurious church, yet different crucial sectors of the economy, ranging from education and healthcare, are facing a lot of financial challenges. Recently, we have received information that the education sector is underfunded, but William Samoei Ruto is prioritizing some of the useless projects in the country, ranging from useless empowerment programs and building a multi-million church in the State House land.
Mwai Kibaki was able to introduce free education and maintained and sustained. Uhuru Kenyatta's government did the same, but your administration comes to tell us recklessly that there is no money to continue with this free education.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, religion and ignorance is a very dangerous combination. And that is what William Samoei Ruto is leveraging on. When William Samoei Ruto decides to use these religious heads, he is sure that these heads are going to convince their congregants to revote for William Samoei Ruto. They might even pretend to say that God has showed them some vision that William Samoei Ruto is the God-sent president in the Republic of Kenya. And that is how these Christian faith are going to be convinced to vote for William Samoei Ruto in the 2027 general election. When we try to look at what William Samoei Ruto has done to the country, his track records are not clean. William Ruto has been accused of rampant corruption, blatant thuggery, and lootery of public resources. Now, how can these religious heads convince people that William Samoei Ruto is a God-sent president? Remember, when these religious heads are given money, they're the only people who are benefiting, not their congregants. That's the reason as to why they become wealthier, whereas their congregants are remaining to be poor. There was a bishop who was awarded a very expensive car by William Samoei Ruto. And that should actually send some signals to you that William Samoei Ruto is really clinging onto the religion that is now the Christian religion that is forming the biggest religion in the Republic of Kenya to get into power. We have seen several churches receiving these donations, and we have also seen other churches returning the contributions that are made by the president, while others have even refused to take. William Samoei Ruto is constructing different churches using huge millions of money that he has stolen from the public funds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we know very well from William Samoei Ruto's political career, Ruto has been in politics, and all the wealth that he has accumulated is coming from the politics. This is ranging from the lottery and the amount of money that is being stolen from the government of Kenya and other murky businesses. Now, this is the same money that William Samoei Ruto is taking to the church to bribe the church. But I just also want to remind you this. Do you remember the Kiambaa Church massacre, where people were burnt inside the church? And William Samoei Ruto is one of the culprits who were taken to the International Criminal Courts to answer the crimes against humanity. Now, this is the president that is claiming to really love the church. Now, that is my opinion. Everyone is subject to their opinion, and there is freedom of speech. In the event you have any other contrary opinion, then do let me know in the comments section. This is Alois TV. In the event you're watching me for the first time, then please join my channel by hitting the subscribe button. If politics is one of the things that you're passionate about, then this is definitely one of the best channels for you. Bye-bye.